Hi, my name is Tiago Duarte and welcome to Daily Beats. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make 808s for trap or for any other genre, but mainly for trap. And if you didn't see it yet, we have launched a Black Friday sale. And if you go to dailybeats.pt, you will find there our deals and discounts up to 90%. Which is a big deal for us. And you can go there, dailybeats.pt, and you will see in the homepage our deals. Also, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and activate the notification so that you know, so that you know when we upload new videos. And yeah, that's it. In today's video, we are going to talk about 808s. So I went ahead and created a small drum loop in a trap drum loop, and you can listen here. Very simple, just to have a bass reference so that we can make our 808s make a melody, not a melody, but make a pattern to match our loops. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to make 808s in two ways. The first one, which is the simplest one, it's to load 3x oscillator. I use this plugin a lot when I'm trying to create 808s. And sorry. I was going to sneeze. Sneeze. I don't know. Someone. So what I'm going to do is to lower the course of the oscillators, and as you can see, we have a very low. As you can see, a very bass sound. But now what I want to do is to go ahead and put this on channel 5, and let's add here some no delays. I want to add here some kind of distortion. So let's first go ahead here, dynamics, distortion, and have the fruity wave shaper, and then I will have an effect which is Fidelity EQ. You can also do this with fruity parametric EQ2. It's the same, so you don't have to have fancy plugins or third-party plugins. You can do this. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick, so forgive me if I have to do this sometimes. Okay, so you can also do this with native plugins. You don't need third-party plugins. So let's go ahead and let's see. I'm going to use C as a scale to make this 808. So let me go ahead here and put here a note. I want to have at least one bar. Okay. Let me put a little bit so that it goes to the third or the second bar. Okay, and the first thing I want to do is add a low pass, because I know that when I add some distortion, it will make the sound a little bit hard to listen, because it will have a lot of harmonic content. So I'm just messing around here with distortion. Now we can decrease a little bit of the mix so that it doesn't destroy the signal. So and then I want to add a little bit more bypassing with a low pass filter, not bypassing, but with a low pass filter. The next thing I want to do, now that I'm satisfied with kind of sound that I have, I want to experiment with different shapes. Okay, sounds nice. And now I want to add some envelope, and this is the key for a nice 808, and we will see that. So okay, I want to have a bigger tail. We can hear when we mess with the decay, you can hear that we have a more whether if I decrease the decay, we have more like a kick. Can you hear the difference? Especially in the transient. Okay, I know that. Let me exaggerate the sustain. And now let me increase the decay. You saw that. And if we have a small decay, we have a more at the transient, a more kick-like 808. So I'm going to increase again the sustain, add a little bit of decay. We can also play with the tension. I'm happy with this. So the next thing we have to do is to record this 808, and the best way to do that, you can use you can export, but the best way I think to do is with Edison. And here Edison, this is a great tool that I use all the time, because you can record directly stuff into FL Studio using this, or you can sorry, or you can record stuff inside FL Studio. You can record outside into FL Studio and also inside FL Studio. So what I'm going to do is to select channel number 5, and I'm going to enable record this. So it's enabled on input. So if I hit record, it will record every time, or it will start recording when it listens something. So let's go ahead and hit play. Okay, we don't need any more. So we have 2 copies. So as you can see, remember that stuff that I told you about the decay is this part here. So what I'm going to do is to select this one and delete it, because I don't need it anymore, and because I just only need one of the 808s. And one of good things to delete this space without have to zooming a lot is to select the area that you want, and then hit this button, which is trim side noises / gate noises, and this will delete the noise, not the silence that was there. So this is a good way to do that. And now I will hit this one to normalize it. And the next thing I want to do is to go ahead. You can save the file, which is the best option, or you can just go ahead and drag it into your project. Now we can delete this, or at least solo. Sorry. One thing that you have to do with, not you don't have to, but it's the best practice to do, is to tune your 808. So let's say you just loaded this 808 and you don't know anything about it, so you don't know in which key was created, and yeah, basically which key was created. And you have to, it's a good practice to know, because you can then fine tune it here, change the root note so that it matches your keyboard. So if you, for example, this one is C, so we don't have to do anything, it's C already. But if you, let's say it was G, this 808 was created in G, you have to go here to the envelope and instrument settings, and you have to put it like this with the right click here. Why? Because after that, whenever you play C, you know that you are playing C, because the root note is G, and now the instrument is set to have its note root at G. But if you leave it at C, whenever you play C, you are going to play G. So this is something that you have to be careful, because it can throw off the way you play your instruments regarding the other ones. So it's a little bit complex, but that's not the point here. The point today was to make 808s. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to to dive into the rest. So I'm not going to leave it here at 5, or maybe I will. Let me go ahead and see how it sounds. Here it sounds a little bit more muffled, and here it's a little bit brighter because of the Fidelity EQ, because of the EQ here, the low pass. So another thing that I want to do here is to go to this wrench tool, which is miscellaneous functions, and I want to put it cut by itself. This what does is, if I take it off, if I hit a note like this, the sample will play from the beginning to the end. But if I play it if I put cut by itself, what happens is that if I play one time, if I play another, the previous note gets turned off. Rather, if I do this, the sounds accumulate, and which not a good thing, especially with basses. The next thing I'm going to do is to add an envelope, and in this envelope I want to add everything off except the hold function, because now I can just click. When I leave the the note, it stops. As you can see here, it stops. And if you don't have the envelope, the note continues, and I don't want that. I want to have the flexibility to play a note whenever I want. Okay, so now oops, we have the pattern, and now we have the drums, and now we have the 808. So let's go ahead and make something. So let's go ahead here, not C4, I want C5. Let me play with octaves, which is a big part of 808s. Okay, I like this. And now for the final part, I want to do here a kind of slide. So let me go ahead, select this, and add a slide. So let's listen. Let me lower a little bit of the high note. Okay, so that you can mix it right here with the volume. Okay, so this is one of the simplest way of creating 808s, and as you can see, it sounds really nice. We can even add a little bit more of distortion, or I don't know. Let's go ahead here with the fast distortion. Something like this. We can even add again a Fidelity EQ to cut a little bit of those high frequencies that are generated by the distortion. And this gets a little bit okay, it has more grit. So the next thing is to use patcher, and one of the ways I used this was using a 3x oscillator, but that's a thing. You cannot use patcher, you cannot use 3x oscillator inside patcher, and that's why I started with this one here. And basically you can use whatever synthesizer you want or whatever oscillator you want, because you can basically add multiple here. So let's say you want to add a 808 more complex 808 with several paths. So let's go ahead, use patcher, and for this I'm going to use GMS. Sorry. Let's go to Synth Classic, and if I load 3x oscillator, it will say that the FL Studio plugin 3x oscillator is not supported in patcher, which is sad because I like 3x oscillator. It's a very simple yet functional plugin. So let's go ahead here and let's delete or load the default preset. Okay, we are using a saw. Let's go ahead and use a sine wave. Okay, we can lower it, something like this. We can add another voice, detune it a little bit. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and add another one, another GMS, but in this case we are going to add again a default. Let's go ahead and add 4 voices. Let's increase here this one. I don't want too much detune, but I want stereo. And I want to add this 12. This let me see which one I'm going to use. Sorry about that. Let me see. This one, I like this one. And that's one of the things now that I can't I have to change manually is the decay. So let me go ahead and just enable this. I want a small sustain and I want a bigger release. Decay. Okay, let me copy this note here and add it here. Okay, let me delete the or mute the 808, and this is our. I'm more focused on the release. Okay, I like this. And now let's go ahead and set the same thing for this one here. Okay, I want to add a little bit more release. I don't want to mess with attack. So the thing that I want to do is to do 2 to FM, 2 to 1 FM. Let me see. This adds a little bit of distortion. Okay, let me add a little bit of the oscillator to the mix too. Okay, I like it. And now, as you can see, we have two instances playing one sound only. But now what I want to do is to go ahead here and add some distortion with shaper. Okay, so let me increase here the pre, so that I have more space here to work with. Monster distortion. Okay, so now I want to mix a little bit this distortion, and I want to add some EQing, a low pass. Okay. Go ahead and put this in the maximum. Okay, I like it. And let's go ahead and go with Misc Edison, and let's record this. Again, same process. You just hit here record, and then you hit record, and it will do something like this. Oh, I was not expecting that dip here, but that's okay. Let's go ahead, normalize it, delete this excess of data, and do the same here. Select a portion and then hit this one, this key, this knob here. Okay, and let's listen. I don't know, this maybe works, maybe not. Let's see. Let's go ahead here and load the sample into our project. Let's copy the same 808 pattern that I did for the other 808, and now let me go ahead and put this on 6. Now I have to do cut by itself and add the envelope also, and also this key was C, so I think it works well. So let me see. I even prefer it without the effect. I can even add a little bit of distortion, let me see, but it has to be much lower because I want to keep this stereo information of the bass, because the bass has a lot of stereo because of the voices that I used, or the 808. Let me go here. Let's go ahead and now see the other one. This one is more dry. More in your face. But this one, more it's different. And this is how you can make your 808s. You can use a synthesizer, a synth, or you can use patcher with multiple synths. And this is the best way if you are familiar with patcher and sound design. This is the best way to create stuff because it gives you a lot of flexibility. For instance, if I wanted to add effects chain here, I could. I'm not limited to only create or to only give effects after here. I can give whatever effect I want here, and it will sound and I will have the tools to make whatever I want. And this is basically patcher basically is the ultimate sound design tool, because you can be very good at creating presets for other synthesizers, but in patcher you have the ability to create different paths with different effects, with different synthesizers, and you cannot do that with one plugin. You have to have a bunch of plugins, and then you can use patcher to make whatever crazy sound design you want to do. Basically, patcher is the ultimate sound design tool, and I encourage you to start messing around with it. Check the presets, because patcher has a lot of presets, especially here in the mixer, and you can learn something about it learn something, because it's a really great tool. And yeah, let's go ahead and listen to the other one again. And as you can see, in 20 minutes or half an hour, we created here 2 different 808s. Which I like both. One is more mono and more dirty, and the other one is more modern, more club based. Okay, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry again for my voice. It's still recovering, and sometimes I have to do this so that I can speak a little bit clear. And sorry about that if that was distracting for you, but I really wanted to make a tutorial today. And yeah, that's it. If you didn't check already our Black Friday sale, it's happening at our website www.dailybeats.pt. If you go to the homepage, you'll find there our deals up to 90% discount, and it's due on Friday. And also, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and activate the notification so that you know when we upload new videos. And also, if you have any questions or any suggestions for future videos, just leave them here in the comments below, and I will answer them and possibly make a video tutorial with your question. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.